nurtured at the school level. And that was how some of us were able to find our way into some of the national teams. And I think when we stopped doing that was when we started facing challenges. And I'm happy that we have been able to bring back sports. And I want to use this opportunity to thank my colleague, Honorable Aliu Jame, for collaborating with us at the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education.
Excellency the President has not only asked us or tasked us at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, but he led the way when he asked me to diversify and decentralize sports development in this country. Diversification meaning that he wanted us to spread our tentacles and support all types of sports, and not only concentrate on football or basketball, if I name only of those, but to even include wrestling and other sports, because his interest is that for any young person, wherever you are, so you can have an opportunity to take part in any sport that you are good at.
It goes without saying that the success of the two sporting events was a result of resolve and determination from the Grand Patron, the organizers, and the athletes themselves. That attitude is being crafted to give young talents the sport to shine, but this can only happen, according to the President, if the sport of wrestling is integrated into the country's national agenda.
It is always difficult for Africans to win at the Olympics and other international sporting events except football. Why? Because all the sporting events that we participate in are all alien to Africa. There is not a single African indigenous sport that is involved in Olympics or FIFA or whatever. And so it becomes very difficult for us to transition into somebody's area of expertise and win. At the national level, I think all the sporting events that are imported were created by people. So we should also look at various activities, cultural activities, and transform them into national sports that can later be put at the international stage as part of sporting events. Why not?
He went on to condemn the violence finding way in what was once a domain for peace. Violence, he said, will never be tolerated in Gambian sports, while still calling on for the nurturing of the discipline, which he said could be a substitute for Sunday beach.
I must also warn that wrestling has nothing to do with hooliganism, and I've seen a lot of it being practiced in this country. We are not going to allow imported indiscipline. In fact, local indiscipline is unacceptable, more so a characteristic that is imported. We don't know violence in wrestling. And so, anybody who wants to organize wrestling, let him make sure that the wrestlers and different groups understand that this is a competition where one is bound to win. And that being the case, there is no room for violence. Supporters have to behave or otherwise face the full force of the law. There is no way we can allow wrestling to be overtaken by hooligans in this country.
The interface went beyond the awarding of prizes and created a forum where the top government brass ponder on how best to stay the course of this positive development, to spot new talents and move Gambian sport forward. Abdunjai, GRTS.
Christians in the Gambia have received an Easter gift from a familiar source, the President, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Jammeh. The gift of 2,222 bags of rice and equal quantity of sugar comes as Christians prepare to celebrate the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Well, we hope to bring you details of that news report in the news at 10. Well, we'll look at news from the international scene when we come back from the short break.
Lucozade Energy, energizing Gambia.
KGI Fashion Shop, Standard Chartered House, now brings you the very best ladies' lingerie, dress and tops, fashion jewelry, house curtains, ladies' wigs and mesh, ladies' shoes and matching bags, incense, coats and blazers for ladies, and much, much more. Wonderful men's fashion, including men's shirts and trousers. The best prices in town at KGI Fashion Shop. Go to KGI Fashion Shop.
Welcome back to GRTS News. We now go back to the story mentioned earlier. Christians in the Gambia have received an Easter gift from a familiar source, the President, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Jammeh. The gift of 2,222 bags of rice and equal quantity of sugar comes as Christians prepare to celebrate the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Aissatou Bajansar witnessed the handing over of the package to the Gambia Christian Council, and this is a report.
Irrespective of religious affiliation, the President, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Dr. Alhaji Yahya Jammeh, told the gathering as he presented 2,222 bags of sugar and the same amount of bags of rice to the Christian Council, a manifestation yet again of his generosity to Gambians. The donation comes as the Christian community gear up for the Easter feast, marking the end of their Lent. Bishop Hannah Falheim, in receiving the donation, said that it was least expected, but not a surprise, coming from the Gambian leader, whom he described as a one-off leader.
His Excellency, you're a good man, and you try to do good. And for the many people who would say you're not doing good, it is not new in history. Good people have always had those who would say they're not good and they will never recognize the good that they do. So on behalf of the Gambia Christian Council and on behalf of every Christian, we want to say thank you. We want to say thank you for your generosity to individuals, to groups, you know, both nationally and internationally. Wherever you meet Gambians, you try to show them that they're part of Gambia.
Similar sentiments were also echoed by Father Gabriel Leonard Allen of the Catholic Diocese, who also commended the Gambian leader whilst praying for his prosperity. Generosity and magnanimity, according to the Minister for Agriculture Solomon Owens, are two virtues that the Gambian leader possesses. And this, he said, he has manifested in various ways and across all facets of the society.
Over the past week as Minister of Agriculture, even last night, people came to me. When do we get the special rice for Nanburu? And I said to somebody, I said, I don't think Your Excellency knows that this is the special rice you people always look forward to for Nanburu. Because whenever it is on sale, this is the time it all disappears, because it is the chemical component of the variety, the starchiness and the gluten on it makes Nanburu perfect. And I said to them, as far as I know, there's a consignment, but His Excellency, being the considerate person he is, has directed that the rice be stored for the hungry season in this country. And that is the lean months of July and August. That is when it's going to be sold. I didn't expect that he will release part of that to be distributed free of charge.
For the Gambian leader, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Dr. Alhaji Yahya Jammeh, his bounty to Gambians knows no boundary, and he will never cease to render his assistance to Gambians.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm here for everybody. And God didn't ask me to be a president for only Muslims. He's president of the Republic of the Gambia. In the Republic of the Gambia, you have Muslims, you have Christians, and you have people that also don't worship anything in this country still. Whatever I can do for humanity and for religion, I will. Because religion is the way of God. And so when you help people to know their Lord, it is also helping the country to become more disciplined. Because if you have a God-fearing nation, it will be a very honest and disciplined country. Only the fear of God can